Last week, I talked to you about confusion in terms of generators and the way in which manifesting generators are often confused in the assumption that, the label that they have changes them and they're no longer a generator. Well, as I said last week, a generator is a generator. But there's another group that's very interesting that also have a kind of approach to things in which they see themselves as being really different. And this is mental projectors. And the thing that's unusual about mental projectors is that mental projectors have an inner authority that is very complex and deeply related to what it is for them to be a projector. Projectors are here, and it is something to grasp because it is something that can be understood in the presence of any projector. They're here to focus their energy on the other. And this is what their aura is all about. It is a focused aura. And it gives them a tremendous potential of being able to take in the other, and in that sense to recognize them. They're also here to be recognized for their recognition. It is what they're good at. That is, ultimately, out of what a projector can master comes their potential to guide. And in their potential to guide, they get the reward of energy. They're a non-energy type. And the mental projector is always a being with 4 open motors. So for them, this relationship with the energy world is one that's entirely rooted on their mental capacities to guide in return for energy resources. But how do they make the decisions? You see, look, the thing about the mental projector is that they do not have an access to the throat. They have the head connected to the ajna center. And so they are always in a situation in which, they need to connect to the other to have that throat lined up. The same thing with the mental projectors with the ajna to the throat, though there are slight variations because the throat is active. See, for the mental projector, everything is about their relationship to the other, as all projectors are. But in their case, it's very acute. Let's say that somebody invites a mental projector into anything. Let's say that it's an invitation to a particular job. That mental projector cannot make a decision in the moment. It's not possible. It's not possible until they can go through what is for them a very specific process. It is a process rooted in interaction. In other words, all mental projectors need to discuss with others what is before them until they finally hear their truth spoken. Now think about that job offer. That mental projector that has, in the course of its process, the days, weeks, however long that process takes, in that course of time has opportunities to be able to converse with others, and in the course of those conversations to be able to introduce the possibility of that job. They're not looking for advice. They're not looking for the other to guide them. They're looking for a mirror on their own process. Because you see, in their introducing the subject of the potential of that job, they're going to present it in a certain way based on their connection to that other. That's why they need many others. That is, they need to have that kind of inserting of that into other conversations. At some point, it is very clear to them whether this is something they want to do or not. And it's not been about the responses or reactions of the others. It's sort of similar in a distant way to the way an emotional being samples things. You go through your emotional wave and you sample as you move through the wave. A mental projector samples the decision-making process through those moments of articulating the particular subject, whatever it is, and doing so on different occasions. But they're still a projector. I mean, despite the fact, and they're rare, by the way, but nonetheless, in a planet of billions, rare percentage-wise doesn't mean not a lot of people. There are a lot of mental projectors, but they're projectors. It is still about invitation. And it's still about recognizing that in the nature of what it is to be them, that their unique strategy and authority is one of the specialities, I would say, of the design in the various kinds of projectors. I mean, this is really about learning how to recognize and to recognize through others. It's perfect for the projector.
Caught a dream in a tear last night, watched the world fade out of sight. Seen the ghosts of time preside, eagles soared and falcons cried. Sleeping phoenix on the rise. Abundance and strange the sky.